Justin Kluivert, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here in Astro, Malaysia. It's an absolute pleasure. I want to start by talking a little bit about how preseason has gone. What has it been like? You've been in the States, gearing up towards a long, difficult season in the Premier League. What has preseason been like for you?
For me, myself, not the best because unfortunately I have not be able to play the games in America. So it's been a bit different, but I'm used to that because last year was the same. So I'm just looking forward to the season, to be fair. It's going to be a tough season, as always, in the Premier League, but I can't wait to get started for sure.
You mentioned last year, and I've got to say this, Justin. I mean, last year, one of my favorite teams to watch in the Premier League was Bournemouth. You guys provided so much of entertainment, joy, and happiness to fans throughout the globe. And I think there's a special mention there for you as well. You had an incredible individual season. What do you put it down to, having that incredible season?
I would say what for me is important is that the last years previous I've been a lot on loan, and now in Bournemouth I feel settled, I feel at home, and that gives me the rest just to focus on the good things. And the good things for me is what I can show in the pitch, and I know I can show a lot. And I'm happy that I could have done that last season, and I'm just looking forward to do this the same this season, or even better for sure, because I know I have more in me for sure.
You know what's incredible is that I've actually met you before. I'm sure you don't remember this, but I've actually met you before a couple of years ago in Valencia. I remember interviewing you at the training ground as well. And I mean, it was never exactly an easy period of time. You went out on loan, you tried yourself in various different leagues, you put yourself up to so many different challenges. But it wasn't until you got to Bournemouth that you really sort of stamped your authority and you were able to bring out the best in you. How much of that do you think is environment? How much of that do you think is tactics, setup? How do you explain that?
I would say you gotta see it like a puzzle. All the pieces need to be linked with each other and put on the right spot. And I would say here in Bournemouth, all the pieces link up. I also became a father here, married, and all those beautiful things outside of football. And what I said, it's a puzzle. And about the tactics, I got to give a lot of credit always what I say to the coach, how he changed me actually from a winger to attacking midfielder. Although I can still be dangerous on the wing, I know if he needs me sometime in the year, I got some action still in me for sure. But yeah, that's a big difference for me also this season. So I have to thank the coach a lot, of course.
You see, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, Justin, but the last time I spoke to you in Valencia, the tone of your voice was a little more quiet. This time I can feel that excitement coming out of you. And I want to talk about that, right? I want to talk about, when you leave and try yourself in so many different leagues and environments and things sometimes don't necessarily go according to plan. How do you navigate past those sort of challenges? Because at a very young age, you were already super highly rated. Everybody still talks about that clip of Jose Mourinho walking up to you after
Yeah.
the final. Everybody talks about that clip, but after that, you went through a bit of difficult spells. How do you navigate past them?
It's always believing in yourself, and I always knew what I have in me. I always knew it, and I just was hungry to show it to the world, because I've made some choices, and I always stand back. I was back then because everybody in life goes through moments, good or bad choices, but you got to make the best of it. And I tried my best everywhere I was. I had some good spells, some less good ones, and now I found my spot in Bournemouth. And I always say I just believe and work hard. And if you have those two and never give up, a lot is possible in the world, inside of football, but also outside. So that's my motivation always, and my mindset. So that will never change.
That's absolutely beautiful. I mean, even in this part of the world, Justin, a lot of people, were so delighted to watch you play the kind of football that you played last year. But going back to Bournemouth as well as Andoni, can you talk to us a little bit about him? Because obviously, those who followed him in Spain were very well aware of the things he was capable of as a manager. But for Premier League watchers, it was a real a sense of excitement, getting a glimpse of his team for the first time last year. What do you think makes him special as a manager?
I remember when I was on loan at Valencia, my first game was against the coach in their stadium. And I was on the bench because it was my first game. I had to get used to everything. And I was looking from the bench and I was like, oh gosh, if this is the level of the league, then it's going to be so tough. And so I was very surprised about the level because the club I didn't really know. And I saw the players, how they played. And now I know the coach was Andoni. And now I see how we play was the same how they played against us. And we had a very difficult game. And he has the same strategy here. So I just love the strategy he has, you know, the high press, a lot of energy he wants. And that just makes me, you know, want to run more. And I love it. I just love it. So I think it's a good match for me.
Yeah, I was curious about that because sometimes in football you hear contrasting reports, right? Managers that demand so much of heart running out of players. I mean, some players might not necessarily like it, but the way you talk about him there, it almost feels like it resonates very well with the kind of player you are.
Yes, of course. You have a lot of players that only want to play nice and dribble, but the football nowadays is a lot of running, a lot of tactic, because it has changed. To be fair, everybody has been, the level is just rising up. You know, a lot of goals get scored in corners, in all those situations. So the tactic is a big key, and he does a great job in that. And also, what I say, if you run hard, because we look at stats, we mostly always lose also if we don't run a lot. And that's just a stat, but it's true. If we run a lot and we work hard, most of the times we don't lose. We win or we draw sometimes also, but we don't lose. And let's try it again this season.
I mean, it goes without saying the amount of times you guys outran opposition teams in the Premier League last season probably contributed to a huge, reason as to why you guys were so exciting to watch. But one of the other reasons why Bournemouth was so exciting was also the presence of a really united, balanced team. And that sort of balance and unity has sort of, gone through a bit of a change this summer. Some big names have left. Huijsen has left to Spain as well. You've got Kerkez who has gone on to Liverpool. How are you guys coping with the change? I know there's some new additions, and usually change can always be a tricky time. How are you guys managing?
We're managing good. We just signed a new great defender. So in football, that's the beauty of it. You need changes. I think players that played good here also need a new challenge. As the names Milos, Dean, they need that. And I think the club Bournemouth also need that. They need a new, young, hungry guy to come up and fill their place with the same hunger when they came here also new. So I think it's good. You need to develop players always and try to get good players back for it also. And at this moment, I think we've done a great job. If you see Zaba has left also. We brought a great defender. Milos has left. We brought a great left back. So I think they're doing an amazing job. And that's life. That's football, And changes. That's only good for me, I think. Freshness.
I absolutely love the optimism with which you talk about the changes happening at the club. I want to talk a little bit about your father, Justin, and there's a specific reason for that, because we come from Malaysia, and we're right beside, Indonesia, who are widely regarded as one of our arch rivals in football. And the Indonesian national team are on an incredible trajectory at the moment, attempting to qualify for the World Cup. And your father, Patrick, is at the forefront of it. He's the national team head coach, guiding the teams through it. Have you been following your father's journey with Indonesia?
I have, of course. And I have to say I'm super proud of him that he has taken this job and really wants to achieve great things, because I think they can. Also, if you see how much they love football over there, it's incredible. It's really eye-opening and it's beautiful to see. So I hope he can reach beautiful things for the country, because that will make Indonesia so beautiful. It is already beautiful, but the football world even more better for them if they can reach the World Cup. And he has a big part in there, but I think he's going to do a great job, and hopefully they will qualify. and they got amazing players. And what I said another time, the fan base is incredible there. If you see the following, it's just incredible to watch. Beautiful.
Yeah, I was wondering if you've had any conversations with your father about the football culture in Indonesia and the sort of fans and the chants, the atmospheres at the stadium. And the second part of that question, perhaps, is also anyone in the Indonesian national team, the Dutch-born Indonesian players that you're familiar with?
A friend of mine, actually, Kevin Dix,
Ah,
is a friend of mine. So I would say his name because I know him and he's a great player. So I hope he can do great things also with Indonesia for sure.
yeah. And the atmosphere, Justin, I mean, it's
It's incredible. It's incredible. If you see at the hotels also for the players, how the fans interact with them, is just incredible. What I said, the following there, how much they love football, the passion is one of the greatest maybe.
perfect. Thank you so much, Justin, for taking the time to speak with us. I'm really, really excited to watch you in the Premier League this year. Really appreciate the enthusiasm as well. Looking forward to the brand new Premier League season.
Thank you.